welcome back to my channel and into another budget with me video. This video is going to excuse me. This video is going to be my cash stuffing envelope system. If you guys have been following along, I do have a playlist if this is your first time watching, and it is called Budget. So if you're interested in seeing how to set up your cash envelope system in a budget, please go back to those videos in that playlist. I will try to remember to link the playlist in the description box. But a lot of times I say that and I forget all about it because I forget what I say in these videos. But I will try to do that for you guys. But if not, just go into my playlist and look for the one that is called Budget. Also, if you're interested, I do have a Happy Planner Plan With Me playlist as well. That is the budget system that I use. This is the Happy Planner. This is a classic Happy Planner dashboard layout, and I do use the budget inserts for the Happy Planner, as you can see here. And I'm going to rework this system for next month, but I will tell you guys more about that as we get into it. And then my cash envelope system is, I have turned a Happy Notes notebook into my cash envelope system. So if you're interested in these, I've had several people tell me that they would like for me to put these up in an Etsy store. So I do believe that I'm going to do that. I'm going to start working on some stock this weekend, so that you guys can get your hands on these if you want to. But I will let you guys know when I get that store opened and ready to go for you guys, probably in the next couple of weeks or so. But that's all this is. This is just a Happy Notes notebook, and I took all the pages out of it, and then I just used some cardstock in my laminator and my Happy Planner punch, this guy right here, to punch the disc, because this is just on a disc. If you guys know anything about Happy Planner, you guys know that these are just discs, and you can easily remove these out and put them back in like so. So I tend to just carry this whole thing with me. Like I said, this thing here is a little bit longer than most cash envelope systems are, but I like having it all in this one place. I don't have to take envelopes out and put them into my wallet. I do think that I will put some regular sized laminated cash envelopes in the Etsy store as well, for those of you guys who don't want to go out and purchase a Happy Notes. These are really not that expensive. There might be $5 to $6, and a lot of times you can get those 40% off at like Hobby Lobby or with a coupon at Michael's. These really are not expensive. So I just turned this Squeeze the Day notes into my cash envelope system. I like having it all in one, and yeah, so that's what I did. Like I said, if you guys are going to be interested, I will be putting these in a Etsy store shortly. I'm going to be working on my stock. I also, which you can't see back here behind this camera, but I bought my silhouette. It came in the mail to me, and I'm really excited because I'm going to start a planner sticker store. And when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and soft open with cash envelopes, and then I will add my planner stickers as I get them all designed and so forth and so on. Anyway, long story short, we're going to get right into our budget for this week. For those of you guys who are first tuning in, if this is your first time, hi, welcome. My name is Sue. We're glad to have you. If you're returning, welcome back. The kind of way that I do my cash envelope Dave Ramsey inspired system is we take our paychecks every week, and we're always a month ahead in our bills. So every week we take the amount of money that we're going to need. Okay, say my bills are $1,000 a month. Those are my bills. Those are the things that come out of my checking account. I have that $1,000 sitting in my checking account at the beginning of each month. I pay all of my bills with it, and then I will take, we get 6 paychecks in a month. I will take 1,000 divided by 6, and out of every single paycheck, the first thing that comes out of my paycheck is that amount. I put it back into my checking account, so therefore at the end of the month we are prepared to pay all of our bills at the first of the month. I hope that makes sense. So the money that you see here is just our leftover money. We take out our bill money first out of every single paycheck, and we take out $125 per paycheck, not per pay period. So between my husband and I, we get 6 paychecks. So I'm taking out bill money off the top of that, plus $125 out of each check comes out first, and then we have this money left over. Now this week we have 2 paychecks. I get paid every other week and my husband gets paid weekly. So we have 2 paychecks this pay period. So I'm working with a leftover cash amount of $306. This number changes. We work hourly, and so depending on the hours that we work is depending on how high this number is here. So like last week it was only $240 because my husband was the only one with the paycheck. And we have extra things right now. Football's coming up, and so in school, and all the clothes and all the things are having to be paid for. So I consider anything that is required for me to pay a bill. This stuff is just our leftover variable cash that I put into different sections, so when something comes up we have the money for it. Football fees is $130, so we actually paid that this week as well. I consider that as a bill. Anything that I need to pay for, clothing, like back to school clothing, I consider that as a bill because it is required of me. I mean, it's not required, I guess my kids don't need new clothes, but I do have a back to school envelope in here, but that's really just for school supplies. I have 3 kids, so I have their school supplies, and we don't yet have their school supply list, so I'm just kind of putting money back for that, so I have it whenever we get the school supplies and things like that. But like clothing, their back to school clothing and stuff like that, we have already been putting money aside for that. So that we're ready, because like I said, we have 3 kids, so it's quite a bit of money to buy back to school clothes and shoes and all that fun stuff. So we are going to go ahead and jump right in. So this week we are on a $75 grocery budget per week, and it's working out quite well for us, really. I stopped working on Fridays so that I can have more time to deal with my Etsy and my YouTube channel. So Grandma's been watching the boys 4 days a week, so we have been sending over snacks. So sometimes I do go over this budgeted amount here, but it's kind of necessary to send snacks along with my kids. I don't want them eating out Grandma's house and home. This week I've already taken $10 and put it in my gas tank, so I'm just going $10 if I don't have anywhere to go and I'm just running around here in town in my car. My car can go all week on $10, which is odd because I do have a Caravan, like I have a Dodge Caravan, Grand Caravan. So, but for running the back and forth here in town, I can live off of about $20 a week in gas, and I've already put 10 in it. Well, my husband did, so I'm only going to put 10 back into this account. Back to school this week is going to get 40. Vacation is going to get 20. Now vacation could be used for, we've already done vacation this year, so we'll start building up this extra money, $20 at a time, sometimes maybe only $10 at a time. We don't have anything planned for the rest of the year because school literally is starting in 2.5 weeks, if you guys can believe that. Normally we try to get in like a weekend vacation at the end of the summer, but we won't be doing that this year. We just don't have the time to do that with football and stuff getting started. So we'll just be putting $20 into this vacation fund for next year. Miscellaneous always gets 40. Car maintenance is going to get 10. My husband had to spend $20 out of this account last week, plus another 10 already this week, so I'm not gonna put any more in that, but 10. Sports is getting 10. Like I said, this sports budget here. I budget and use like the uniform equipment, the sports fees, all that stuff I consider bills to me, because it's stuff that I have to pay for, and I know I'm paying for it, so I consider that a bill, so I put that money into my checking account. But this little fund here is for things like concessions or gas money to go to a sporting event or something like that. Most of the time it's concessions, guys. When you take a 5-year-old to a sporting event and he has to sit there and watch his brother play, like, you gotta come prepared for snacks. So I always like to have money for that set aside, and my little one this year will be playing flag football, and the big one of course is in tackle. And then of course my 17-year-old is in high school. So there's concessions all the way around. Usually it's no more than $10 a game, so I just usually put $10 into the account. Their cleats and their uniforms and anything like that, I consider that a bill because it's required of them to have that. So that's not what this fund is for. It's strictly for going to and participating in the events. This clothing fund here, I do believe we had to take money out of the clothing fund too. I'll have to look and see. This clothing fund is really for like emergency things, like my husband needs socks or underwear, or they're having something going on at school and they need a certain colored t-shirt. You could just run to Walmart and pick up something like that. That's what that clothing fund is for. It's just for in case somebody needs something that we're not already putting into our checking account budgeted. Family fun will get 20, and this fund is completely emptied, as you guys know if you watched last week's video. My buffer account, which is what this savings account is, as well as my family fund, completely deleted. We went to the water park last weekend and it was really fun. Gifts is going to get 10, and then I don't have I'm putting myself on a $20 Dollar Tree challenge. If you guys watch my channel all the time, you guys know that I go to Dollar Tree every single week to see what I can score, and I have never really put myself on a budget as far as that goes, but as of now, I'm going to be putting myself on a Dollar Tree $20 challenge budget, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be doing that, but because I started that after I wrote this system in, I don't have it in here, but next month I will add a line for that. So there is $20 going into that account as well, and then I think that's going to leave us $41 extra for the savings / buffer account. I put it as savings, but really if I don't spend this money, if it gets to a certain level, like $200 or something, I will take it out and put it into our savings account. But most of the time this savings is just my buffer, so in case I go over on my grocery bill, I don't like having backup. I'm very much a backup kind of gal. So like say like last week I went over like $5 on my grocery bill because I had to buy snacks and stuff for grandma as well. So that would come out of this savings / buffer account. It's just there because I don't like knowing that I don't think I could take $75 to the grocery store with me and be like, that's all the money I had. I have to sit there and calculate everything in the store, and I'm just not gonna do that. So I always put the leftover money into the savings account just as a buffer, in case I might need it. So that is what that's for. Like I said, we do save $125 every single paycheck that me and my husband make. $125 comes out for savings. We're either gonna build a house or purchase one, whichever one we find that we like the best by the spring of next year. So we're trying to save up as much money as we possibly can, and $125 out of 6 paychecks is quite a bit of money that we're used to spending on just whatever we want. So we've been struggling over here, not wanting to buy this and that and this and that, but it's all for the greater good. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through our groceries, our gas, our miscellaneous funds to see if we have any money left over. These funds, if I have $5 bills left over, excuse me, groceries has $2 left, so I'm gonna set that aside. I do the $5 challenge. Gas has nothing. So if miscellaneous has a $5 bill, whoop whoop. If I have any $5 bills left over, then I've been putting them into my $5 challenge. And this money will either go towards something, you know, whatever I decide it's gonna go towards. But I have, from last week and this week, I have 3 5s in there now. Last year, whenever I did this $5 challenge, I actually saved up over $300 in $5 bills that we took on vacation with us, and our kids were able to, I used that money to give extra to my kids over vacation time, whether or not that was like, you know, treats at the store, or they wanted a pair of goggles, or whatever it was that they wanted. So I'm gonna just take these $2 and I'm gonna put it back into my $1 stack, and we'll find a place for them to go here directly. So groceries always get $75, 20, 40, 60, 75. And I rarely have money left over in my grocery fund. I don't like, are you guys, I don't really care about the face of the bill being this certain way, but I like the smaller denomination bills to be on top. I like it to be in order. Okay, gas is going to get 10 because, like I said, normally this gets 20, but my husband already put gas in my car. He had to take my car to do something. He was checking the oil and stuff like that. Back to school is going to get 40, and we already have 20, 40, 50 in here. 20, 40. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure exactly. Usually we spend about over $100 in school supplies, and that was just for the 2 of my kids, my big one and my little one. This time, my big one and my middle one. My littlest one is starting kindergarten, so I imagine that we're going to be spending a little bit more than $100. So, and I don't know about y'all, but school starts here on August 15th. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90 in here. So we're almost to the $100 mark. In that account, we'll see vacation has 40 in there, and we're gonna put another 20 in there, so that will be 60 in that account. And miscellaneous always gets 40. Miscellaneous is just for things such as if we need extra gas or anything miscellaneous. If I want a soda from the gas station or anything of that nature, that's what that money is for. Car maintenance had money taken out last week. I believe that normally this account gets 20, and he took out 20 last week for oil and coolant for his car, and he took out 10. Normally I would have put a 20 in here, but he's used 10 from this week already to buy something else for something, I don't know. That's his department. I don't really care. I just put $20 in it a week, and he knows that. So we are going to just add 10 this week because he's already used money out of that. And sports will get 10. So we have another $10 there. So this will be 30. That's at least enough for the first 3 games. Clothing. Sorry guys, I've had this cough like all summer. I don't know what the deal is. Clothing normally gets 20, but I'm only putting 10 in this week. I don't know, that's just the way I budgeted it. I believe my husband took 10 out of it last week and bought socks or something. I don't really keep track of the money that's spent out of these envelopes because this is what it's here for. Family fun, again, completely depleted. So I'm putting $20 back in there. We don't have any plans this weekend. My youngest one's at football camp. Not my youngest one. I don't know why I keep saying youngest. My middle one is at football camp. So we really don't have anything planned out for this weekend. And next weekend, we are gonna kind of just chill and stay at home. We might go fishing or something like that, but we're not gonna go like anywhere major. Family gifts. gifts, or family gifts. Gifts is going to get 10. I did have 15 in there from last week, but the boys went to church, Vacation Bible School, and I ended up pulling money out of that for offering. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these $5 bills into the gifts section. And then that's the $5 challenge. This is my extra savings. I'm gonna put my $20. I haven't labeled this envelope yet, but this is gonna be my Dollar Tree envelope, okay? And I'm gonna put this into my Dollar Tree envelope. Actually, I think I'll put just the 20 in there. It's easier for me to spend if I know I only have 20. I'll have to label that, but that's my Dollar Tree envelope, even though it's not on there. And as you guys can see, I have $43 left over. I'm gonna put this in my grocery fund because I do have to buy more snacks for grandmas this week, so every little bit helps in there. Maybe I won't have to pull out of my savings. And then my buffer savings account is gonna get 40. And hopefully I won't have to pull out any of that. So that is this week's budget in cash envelope stuffing. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. You can always leave me a message in the description box. I don't always comment, but I do try to comment on anybody who has a question. And I do leave like little heart emojis on people's comments most of the time. I do read every single one, but if you have a question, you can leave it down there in the comment box. You can send me an email. My email is always in the description box as well. Sending me an email probably is the fastest way to get a hold of me. If it's something like dire, you having a problem, you know, when you really want to know the answer to the question. So always feel free to, you know, send me an email. Let me know what you guys are going on. How is your budget coming along? I hope that you guys are, you know, using your money for the best for you, making it work for you. And yeah. All right, guys, we will see you in the next video. Before you leave, if you wouldn't mind to hit that subscribe button and that like as well, leave me a comment, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.